Hello friends, this is Rajdeep. Welcome to Learning Insight for UGC-NET JRF Social Work. And today's video will discuss the social welfare administration, then its meaning, definition, natures of social welfare administration, scopes, then principles of social welfare administration, and then public and private administration differences. So though it's a basic, but it's very important for your NET-JRF exam. So let's start. Okay, definition of social welfare. So what is social welfare? Social welfare is an institution comprising policies and laws that are operationalized by organized activities of voluntary, that is called private, and or government, that is called public agencies, by which a defined minimum of social services, money and other consumptions right are distributed to individuals, families and or group, and by criteria other than those of the marketplace or those prevailing the family system, for the purpose of preventing, elevating and contributing to solution of a recognized social problem, as so it to improve the well-being of individual, group, communities directly. So social welfare is nothing but is promotion of through the voluntary or involuntary that government activities, through voluntary or by government activities, and that providing the minimum services to the people for their well-being. Now social welfare organize provision of resources and services for the society to deal with problems. So it's relating to service or resources that provide for the solution of the social problems. Now, all collective intervention to meet certain needs of the individual and or to serve the wider interest of the society is called social welfare. And that definition is given by Richard Titmus. It's very important definitions. Now, next move to the, okay, social welfare is concerned on two basic concepts. So, first, social welfare is related to social welfare, social problem, and then ways in which the society responds to it, means how the society is responding to the problems, and when they respond the problems, it may be related to policy, it may be related to legislation and or procedures. Now what is administration? Administration is the universal process of efficiently getting activities completed with and through others. So administration is a process of defining and attaining objectives of an organization through a system of coordinated and cooperative efforts. So what is administration? Administration may be defined as the sum total of all activities which related to determination of objectives, plans, policies and programs. Second one, that securing resources, that may be man, materials and machinery. And the third, putting all these resources into operation through sound organization. And fourth one, controlling their performance to ensure achievement of ends. And fifth one, providing sense of achievements to the workers in the operation through financial and non-financial incentives. So these are the some basic total of all activities that is done by administration. Now next, what is social welfare or work administration? So social welfare or work administration is the process of transforming social policies into social services. Now social welfare administration is a process of efficiently providing resources and services to meet the needs of the individual, families, groups, communities, to facilitate social relationship and adjustment necessary to social functioning. So I already discussed this, and now social welfare and work administration may be thought as the action of staff members who utilize social processes to transform social policies of agencies into the delivery of social services. Now next move to the social welfare administration has twin concept of social welfare and administration embedded in it, thus it required an understanding of welfare and its origin as well as administration as a tool for achieving welfare. So administration is nothing but a tool Remember, it's a tool for achieving the welfare. And social welfare administration, that means refers to the process of applying professional competence to implementing certain programs of social welfare through social agencies in fulfillment objectives and policies of the agency. Now, administration is a part of governance is as old as society itself. Now, people in the society have inherently tried to take part in destitute and underprivileged individuals. In order to make voluntary agency more effective to render social services to the community, it has to adopt certain administrative, financial, procedures, practices which every volunteer worker has to understand. Now, what are the functions of social welfare administrations? So, there are six functions I will discuss. First, determining the purpose or goals, aims of the organization. Then, second, establishing the structure of the organization. Then, duration of work, selecting and developing the enabling and educate staff. Then, fourth one, working with bonds and communities. Fifth one, evaluating the whole outcome in relation to established purposes, and the sixth one, providing financial administrations. Now, what are the areas of administration that we can work? It's the organization or structure and policy making and planning, program development and use of sound methods and techniques, function of executive and boards, specializations and coordinations, supervision and leadership, public relation, maintenance of proper record, mobilization of resources and budget. So these are the areas of administration that works. Now next, okay, what are the important principles of social work administrations? So remember, acceptance, that's one of the most important principles of the administration, the democratic involvement in formulation of agency policies and procedures, and then open communications. So acceptance is the leaders and staff members are encouraged to accept one another and to act accordingly. This does not rule our criticism and evaluations and suggestion for improvement, but does means that all staff members feel basic security as individual with rights as well as responsibilities. So this is about acceptance. Now, democratic involvement in formulation of agency policies and procedures, this implies the participatory management to perform better. And open communication, this indicates sharing of ideas and feelings with the agency, acting and reacting with honesty and integrity. So this is about open communications. Now, principle of this social work administration, and that was given by Checker. So these are the most important principles given by Checker for social welfare administration or social work administration. First, the principle of social work values, the principle of community and client needs, principle of agency purpose, it's the principle of cultural setting, principle of purposeful relationship, principle of agency totality, then principle of professional responsibility, principle of participation, principle of communication, principle of leadership, planning, organization, delegation, coordination, principle of resource utilization, principle of change, principle of evaluations. So, and then finally, principle of growth. So, these are the 18 principles given by Checker for social work or social welfare administrations. Now, next moving to the function and scope of social welfare administration. So, social welfare administration, like any other administration that is called government or business, requires clear objectives, policies, and an efficient organization structure, and with precise staff organizations, sound method of selection, recruitment, promotion of personnel, decent working conditions, fiscal accounting, and control to guarantee for responsible management. Nevertheless, there are important differences between social service administration and other type of government administrations. So social welfare administration requires these three things: faith in philosophy and methods of social welfare. So this should be there in social welfare administration. Now second one, knowledge about social legislation, and the third, familiarity with social work practices. So these these are the area that require for social welfare administration. Now moving to the function of social welfare administrators or agencies. Now RS, okay, so different author has given identified various function to be performed by the executive of social welfare agency. According to Warham, social welfare administration are supposed to perform the following functions. So he has talked about, Warham has talked about, these are the certain functions of social welfare administration, and these are: first, formulating agency objectives, then provision of a formal structure, promotion of cooperative efforts, funding and deploying resources, supervision and evaluation. So these are the important functions of social welfare administration or agencies according to Warham. Now next, moving to the public administration. The meaning: public administration is the government administrations. Public is a government organization. It deals with the machinery. Okay, it deals with the machinery and procedures of government activities, and focus being specially on public bureaucracy related to law and order, revenue and implementation of government policies and programs. Now, public administration is the special of administration which operate within a specific political setting. It is a means by which the policy decision made by the political decision makers are carried out. Now, definition of public administration. Public administration is a detailed and systematic execution of public laws. Every particular application of law is an act of public administration, and that definition was given by A.L.D. White. Now, public administration is the art of science and arts of management applied to the affairs of the state, and that definition was given by D. Waldo. Now, these are the certain principle of social welfare administrations. So these are the principles like desire to serve human beings, principle of sound organization of agency, appropriate appointment, that is the right person to be right place with the right skills, and then sound personnel policies and working conditions, authority and delegations, buildings of sound public relation, democracy, sound budget, proper clerical and maintenance services, and principle of self appraisal evaluations, and the principle of recording and documentation. So recording and documentations, we know that is very important for public or social welfare administrations. Now these are the some basic differences of public and private administration, and that's very important. So if you talk about the meaning of public and private administration, private administration is the management, organization and operation by business entrepreneurs, and public administration is the managing of resources of the government purpose achievement. And what is it? It's a public. When you talk about the private administration, is a business activity, and public administration is a political process. And then approaches they adopted: private administration is egalitarian and public is bureaucratic. And private is non-government and setup, while as public administration is a government setup. And public is a profit based, and private is a profit based organization, and public is a welfare based. And private administration is accountable to the owner, while the public administration is accountable to the citizens. Now decision making is in public administration is popularistics, and then in private administration decision making is monopolistic. And the revenue of, when you talk about revenue, the private administration is a revenue is profit, and while public administration revenues are duties, taxes, fees, etc. So this is all about. If you like the content, please consider for subscribing, and if you like the content, don't forget to like the videos and share with your friends. So thank you, thanks for watching.